Confidential, an essential subject from Vinaypedia. The path of devotional service is the most confidential means for attaining Brahman realization. That perfection in Brahman realization is attained through the auspicious path of devotional service indicates that the so-called Brahman realization, or realization of the Brahmajyoti effulgence, is not Brahma Siddhi. Beyond that Brahmajyoti there is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Upanishads a devotee prays to the Lord to kindly put aside the effulgence, Brahmajyoti, so that the devotee may see within the Brahmajyoti the actual, eternal form of the Lord. Unless one attains realization of the transcendental form of the Lord, there is no question of bhakti. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinay's confidential category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 8 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books. He wanted to cover his real identity as a great devotee of the Lord, but when people saw him overwhelmed in the ecstasy of love of Godhead, they naturally gave credit to him. Actually a first-class reputation is due M. Devendrapur because he was a most confidential devotee of the Lord. Sometimes a Sahaji presents himself as being void of desires for reputation, pratyh, in order to become famous as a humble man. Such people cannot actually attain the platform of celebrated Vaivas. Kaitanya Karitam Ta, Madhya LL 4.147. The path of regulative principles according to the orders of social life and according to the different courses of religion may be a confidential path of knowledge. But although the rituals of religion are confidential, meditation and cultivation of knowledge are still more confidential. And surrender unto Kaya in devotional service in full Kaya consciousness is the most confidential instruction. Bhagavad Gita 18.78. Among the confidential activities of hearing, thinking and meditating, silence is most important because by silence one can make progress very quickly. The wise man is he who can discriminate between matter and spirit, between God's superior and inferior natures. Such knowledge is Kaya himself. Bhagavad Gita 10.38. Unfortunately we are surrounded by neophyte godbrothers who do not appreciate the extraordinary activities of spreading Kaya consciousness all over the world. They simply try to bring us to their platform, and they try to criticize us in every respect. We very much regret their naive activities and poor fund of knowledge. An empowered person who is actually engaged in the confidential service of the Lord should not be treated as an ordinary human being, for it is stated that unless one is empowered by Kaya, one cannot spread the Kaya consciousness movement all over the world. Nectar of Instruction, Text 6, Dhanurveda, or Military Science, was taught by Drosiriya with all its confidential secrets of throwing and controlling by Vedic hymns. Gross military science is dependent on material weapons, but finer than that is the art of throwing the arrows saturated with Vedic hymns, which act more effectively than gross material weapons like machine guns or atomic bombs. The control is by Vedic mantras, or the transcendental science of sound. It is said in the Ramya that Ma'aryada Aratha, the father of Lord Rama, used to control arrows by sound only. Armad Bh Gavatam 1.7. 44. Each and every soul has a potent, confidential, eternal relationship with the personality of Godhead. But due to long association with the illusory material energy, every one of us has forgotten that relationship from time immemorial. We are as if roaming in the street like street beggars, although we are all the transcendental sons of the richest personality, the personality of Godhead. With a cool head, we could very well understand this fact. Message of Godhead, Chapter 2. These asras are gradually rectified to God consciousness by the mercy of the Lord's liberated servitors in different countries according to the supreme will. Such devotees of God are very confidential associates of the Lord, and when they come to save human society from the dangers of godlessness, they are known as the powerful incarnations of the Lord, as sons of the Lord, as servants of the Lord, or as associates of the Lord. But none of them falsely claim to be God themselves. This is a blasphemy declared by the asras, and the demoniac followers of such asras also accept pretenders as God or his incarnation. Armad Bh Gavatam 1.2. 16. Because they are bewildered by the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Y.J. Avalkya and Hmini and other compilers of the religious scriptures cannot know the secret, confidential religious system of the 12 Mahajanas. They cannot understand the transcendental value of performing devotional service or chanting the Hare Kaya mantra. because their minds are attracted to the ritualistic ceremonies mentioned in the Vedas, especially the Yajurveda, Samaveda and Jiveda. Their intelligence has become dull. Armad Bh Gavatam 6.3, 25.